Kabe has just released Arc 7 Chapter 101, and this video will be a summary of the chapter. Highly recommend you check out my Arc 7 Chapter 100 summary. Anyways, let's begin. In the battlefield, there were two areas which stood out. At Apex 2, the Cloud Dragon spread its wings. The area was dyed white. At the first Apex, the sky was dyed red with flames. Shimmering like a flame, Arakiya leaps into the red sky. Her power as a spirit eater corroded the lives of the weak. Seeing the sky dyed red, Arakiya claims that she will take the princess back. There is no loyalty or patriotism for Arakiya. She just wanted to achieve her goal. The other 9 divine generals also have their own reasons for fighting. Arakiya is strong. However, that is expected due to the fact that she is a spirit eater. Spirit eaters are strong by nature. They use their strength for others. Spirits exist all over the world. The sky, wind, earth. A spirit eater will consume a spirit and take the power within themselves. There are many side effects though, large and small. If they take in a fire spirit, their body temperature will change. If they took in a water spirit, their blood circulation may be hindered. If they consumed a wind spirit, their insides might break. Some may eat an earth spirit and then become one with the earth, losing their human bodies. There are many such spirit eaters who had succumbed to these side effects of eating spirits. Created in an ancient time to oppose a witch who enchanted all things. This being is a creature for fighting, similar to the demons who can sense miasma. The spirit eaters have lost their original role with the death of the witches, but a faction of the Valakian Empire planned to revive them. Arakiya was one example of someone with exceptional talent from the clan. There are qualities that a spirit eater must have, being able to withstand eating a spirit, and being able to be in control. This is different from the spirit knights of Lagunica, who have to form relationships with their spirits. Spirit eaters must consume the spirit to empower their bodies. If a spirit eater is overwhelmed by the spirit it consumes, then their body would become non-human. However, if your ego is too strong, then you wouldn't be able to assimilate with the spirit you eat easily. Therefore, spirit eaters need to have a balance. Spirit eaters have a core that they focus on to prevent them from losing their sense of self. The core pillar that spirit eaters have is similar to imprinting in chicks, a process where a chick believes that the first thing it sees is its parent. These pillars are the base of the spirit eater and allows them to keep their consciousness. After countless lives were lost, the spirit eaters were resurrected, but it cost a lot of lives in the process. Therefore, Arakiya, who was the best specimen, was given to Dryzen Valakiya, who then gifted Arakiya to Priska. So for those that can't remember, Dryzen or Dryzen, not sure what his name is or how to say it, was Priska's father, the previous emperor of Valakiya, and he died in EX5 when he touched the Yang sword and was rejected and burned to a crisp. Arakiya was stronger than any of her clan that fought against the witches a long time ago. Her strength cuts down common sense. Her flames erode the lives of everyone. Only Yorna and Priscilla stand upon the land dyed red. Yorna's cheeks harden at the loss of her 4th hairpin. Due to the soul marriage technique, Yorna's accessories can take the place of Yorna's life. Due to this, Yorna is not hindered physically. However, there is a pain in her heart due to losing mementos of the people who love her. Priscilla wonders what they can do about Arakiya as pillars of water pour down at them. The water was as thin as a finger, but the pressure would cut off your limbs. Yorna ducks under one. Yorna then proceeds to call out to Priscilla, and she sees Priscilla is cutting apart the water with her Yang sword. She also sees that Priscilla has twice the number of water pillars attacking her as Yorna herself, showing that Arakiya is prioritizing Priscilla. Priscilla beautifully dances and cuts down the streams of water. However, she is hit in her chest, and a jewel adorning her explodes. Priscilla, however, presses forward, and Yorna wonders about Arakiya and Priscilla. Yorna's previous body died during the difficult birth of Priscilla. In other words, Yorna died during childbirth and she resurrected. Although I think the correct term is reincarnation. Afterwards, the Valachian selection took place, and Prisca died during it. However, time passed and Yorna was reunited with Priscilla in a strange way. So, for those wondering, Prisca is Priscilla's previous name, so I may use them interchangeably. Priscilla presses forward and Arakiya charges up an attack, pouring her energy into Priscilla, who is approaching her, and stating that she loves Priscilla. Priscilla slashes at the attack with a yang sword. As a harsh wind begins to surround Priscilla, she continued to slash at it with the yang sword Valachiya, before touching her eyes, albeit nothing felt different. However, to Yorna, who could see Priscilla's left eye, we could see that Priscilla's left eye was on fire, burning with the love that Yorna feels for her. Priscilla stands there, her left eyes aflame, which is something that the inhabitants of Chaos Flame are gifted with. This power was meant for those who lacked power to defend themselves, and was not a power given to warriors. However, Priscilla was a beloved child and possessed the qualifications to be the Valachian Emperor, as shown by the possession of the Yang Sword Valachiya. Regardless, Yorna wants to protect her. Priscilla states that her mother has finally seen her as her child. Yorna says that she can't be foolish as a mother and watch from the back, so therefore she will stand alongside Priscilla. Yorna then steps forward and Yorna touches her eye. She doesn't feel different, but perhaps her eye is also on fire. Two users of the soul marriage technique which fulfill the conditions for each other. Two users that complement each other's souls. Something that could never happen in the first place, but seeing it firsthand now. Why? Arakiya says. She sees that Yorna's eye is aflame, blessed with Priscilla's soul marriage technique. Arakiya pulls off her eye patch and confirms that her eyes are not aflame. Arakiya becomes angry as she looks at Yorna. Priscilla, however, rejects Arakiya's questions. However, in the middle of this speech, Yorna pokes Priscilla's head with her pipe and says, when did she raise Priscilla to talk like this and be so high and mighty? Priscilla exclaims that she doesn't remember being raised by Yorna. Yorna then says she guesses that the opportunity has presented itself then. Yorna smokes on her pipe and introduces herself to Arakiya, and then says that she has a chance to redeem herself and discipline her as she should have. Yorna continues to smoke on the pipe, stating, I will not be a parent who cuts corners when it comes to discipline. She then states to be prepared, my girls, and the chapter ends. Okay, so that was an interesting chapter. We got quite a lot of lore on the Spirit Eater tribe. So it seems like they were created to fight against the witches, namely the witch who enchanted all things. In other words, that's Carmilla, the Witch of Lust. So good backstory there. Again, maybe, I'm not sure if the Japanese is correct, but this idea of being created to fulfill a purpose, similar to how the demons were created to sense miasma. So there's a lot of things going on here which seems to be a bit weird. As for the ending, so obviously what's happening is Yorna and Priscilla, they're empowering each other with the soul marriage technique. So they're kind of busted at the moment. Yorna's going to discipline Arakiya, and I'm not sure if she's going to fight Priscilla as well. I'm not sure on the translation, but essentially she's going to be a mother and discipline her children. At least that's the idea. I still think it's a 2-on-1, but we'll see where it goes next chapter. I may have read that wrong, but let me know what you think.